let me just quickly grab up my notes. All right, field training exercise 1. Okay, guys. So for today's FTX, so I'm not going to brief the situation, but in terms of the mission, so I'll be conducting a static line drop from Hunter Army Airfield. If you open up your maps for me, should have the map markings there. Yep, they're there, all the way in the corner. So if you go all the way to the western corner, we'll see some map markings. Everything is pretty much there, set for us to go at the moment, but we'll put in some other markers as well in terms of movement. So we'll be conducting an airborne drop at DZ Fox between the green light and the black light. So it is about 2K, or 3K, sorry, distance. So we should be able to get all our troops out straight then. Once we land at DZ Fox, the intention will be to go over some platoon formations, just to call out some formations. It'll be nice to have the platoon sergeant, master sergeant moving around as well to ensure that we have guys in the right position. So we're just going to practice on that for a little bit, because we haven't really done that throughout the entirety of Thin Ice. We have been spread pretty far in terms of terrain. So we've been, a click apart, several hundred meters apart as well. So that's why I want to work on this today, especially moving across open terrain. This is a completely different environment. We haven't seen trees in 12 months, or wooded environments either. And then just being how to collapse those. What do we do once we approach a tree line? What formation do we collapse into? A lot of the guys haven't trained on this at a platoon level for quite some time. So that's what we'll be doing once we drop at DZ Fox. We'll rally most likely at right on DZ Fox, or if there's a little bit of a more open area, then we'll just move over there, maybe a little bit north of DZ Fox to do that. From there, from that drop location, like I said, we'll do all that, the formations. Then we will move northeast towards the crash radius. In terms of the crash radius, the purpose will be to avoid enemy patrols. So using those formations, those platoon formations, moving through wooded tree lines and open area environments to avoid the patrols. From there, obviously we want to safely avoid the patrols. That is the key requirement of this, especially for the training side of things. Once we arrive at the crash radius, then we'll assign the squads to move through, separate sectors. So we'll probably just, move it into some quarters and so forth, and then they can clear out that area. For the mission aspect, there is a crashed UH-60 Blackhawk. Intelligence suggests 2 U.S. Army pilots and 1 U.S. Army crew chief have been wounded in the crash. We have lost communication with them, but our last known communication was they have moved away from that crash radius. So they are somewhere within that crash radius, but they've moved, could be 100 to 50 meters from the actual crashed helicopter. Recent attacks on civilians in the U.S. military in the province have been attributed to the Mojavians militant group. So our PID will pretty much be, the green fatigues. We're looking for, assault rifles, green fatigues, sort of similar to the vehicles that we went up to in our deployment. However, they'll pretty much all be green typed vehicles. So if you're not sure in the situation of it's an enemy or it's not, then PID, run it up the chain of command, and then we'll work that out. Questions at this point? Yep.
What type of rifles? AK pattern, AR pattern?
So just standard. There's no special pattern on it, just brown and black on the AKs.
Okay, so they're AKs.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you.
PTS, good.
Go ahead.
I have a quick question, not regarding the mission itself, but this is my first time squad leading, so what channel do I raise to get in touch with you guys, Widowmaker?
That will be 3-1.
3-1. Okay, copy.
Yes. All right. Other questions at the moment?
I have one, sir.
Either of you go ahead. Greg, go.
Please, Greg, go.
Thanks, Sergeant. I was just gonna ask, our friendlies that have crashed, obviously it's a hostile area and they may have encountered resistance themselves. Will they be actively armed and fighting back against the enemy, or will they be unarmed for the point of our PID?
So the last intelligence that we received is the 3 soldiers or aircrew from the airframe. They're about 50 to 100 meters away from the aircraft. Most of them pretty much are in hiding, but they could still be engaging with the enemy. So it's really just PIDing, you know, is it U.S. Army fatigues, or is it, you know, sort of a woodland fatigue that we haven't quite come across at the moment.
Copy.
So, but they should, I don't think they would still be in combat. Most likely they would be trying to hide somewhere in the area.
But they could be jumpy, so we really need to make sure to PID.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, LT.
All right, and sir, what do we know about POI Yankee there?
So point of interest Yankee, that is where we believe the enemy are moving out from. So once we've completed, you know, the search in the crash radius and just working on our formations at a platoon level, then we will move south down to point of interest Yankee, where we believe that is an enemy town. So we may have some, you know, pretty heavy engagement trying to move there. They've got the area fortified pretty well, but if we can confirm that is the enemy that did, you know, attack our pilots, then we'll be able to move into that town and then engage the threat and then eliminate all the enemy. And then from there, we'll conduct debrief in field at that town.
Roger that. All right, I do have a concern for first squad. Sam has still not logged back in. I'm capable of leading the squad, of course, sir, but I could also task the 3IC or now 2IC Corporal Kahari as SL as well, depending on what you want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you have to task a 2IC because he can't load in at the moment, that's yeah, let's do that.
Done. All right.
All right. Any other question, comments, concerns at this point?
Do we have any notification on AA positions?
We shouldn't have any AA or anything like that. So it's just a pretty small militant group. They could have, you know, things like RPGs, you know, to be able to potentially shoot down airframes or things like that. But any sort of, you know, in place AA like trucks or anything like that, no. Or ZSUs, no.
I do have a final note or final question,
Mm-hmm.
sir. Is 3CAB arranging the drop? Do we have a jump master?
Yep. So we will arrange that with 3CAB. They've got the C-130 that's over by the airfield. We may just have to move it out. For the jump master, it will most likely be Master Sergeant Drake or Major the Flash.
Copy
So
that.
they'll be last out. They'll call all the numbers and be last out.
Roger.
Sounds like a perfect opportunity to delegate that to my first art.
You think I can count, Major?
That's a good point. You do not need a college degree to be a first art, so.
Actually, don't have one.
Case in point.
Alright, what we'll quickly do, squad leads, you guys are dismissed, get your guys formed up outside there, and then Staff Sergeant Brock, Master Sergeant Drake, you guys can start getting up some map drawings on the map, just moving from DZ Fox to the crash radius, splitting up the crash radius so we can search that, and then moving to the point of interest. If you guys can set up those markings on the map, that will be great. Aviation, the plane is actually in the hangar, so you might, if you want to move that out now, manually, or you can just move it in Zeus. Because you will probably have to move the Chinooks.
Yeah. Well, as long as we've got ground support vehicles, we can move the aircraft around.
LT, I have a final question.
Go ahead.
Will we
Squad
have indirect
leads, you
support?
guys are dismissed. Get your guys formed up outside.
Yes, sir.
Alpha, your
Will-
2IC, you are
Will
acting
we have
squad leader
indirect
today.
support?
Will we have air support?
Indirect support.
Indirect?
Yes.
As of indirects,
That's A firm. We're
probably
getting
not.
started early.
But as of air support and things like that, with it, we'll have drones. They have the Apache, so we have the ability of those two. I believe it's the Reaper drones and the.
Let's see, where does it?
All right.
Seems like there isn't much organizing to do.
Roger that. All right, I'll work on
Nico,
movement,
thank you
and then
for
I'll
keeping this
divvy up
bubble
the crash radius for our 4 squads here.
Thank you. That was so
You
mean.
have how much longer till break, do you know? Hey, sir. Copy that. All right.
Yes, 130.
You're gonna be Bravo Fire Team Leader today.
130, Lima Charlie.
Stop.
Copy out.
Is that on there now?
All right, welcome, gentlemen. Bring it down a little bit. Just move forward just a little bit, just so you all can hear me. Yep, that's good. Yep. No further than that. I do like my personal space.
Damn, our pretty lines.
Okay. We will brief here in 2 mics. Okay. So just due to the amount of time that our ceremony ran on for, we're running just a little bit behind. But if you quickly need to grab a drink, go to the bathroom, anything like that, grab some food, you got 2 mics. So make it quick.
I'm gonna make coffee.
Corporal Chiari established the CLS for Bravo. Do you want to make him the lead?
Can you change
No,
yourself
I
to
just noticed
yellow
we
or
got
something?
What happened to Nucio? Wasn't he here?
You
No.
told me I can't be the CLS Fire Team Leader AT
Can you
provider?
change yourself to yellow tape?
Correct. That's a fucking bummer.
Copy that.
Hey,
Okay.
Klein, saw too. Guys, dress it down.
Send
I'm
it.
like the lieutenant. My personal space does not exist.
Yep, I saw that.
Then we'll have Nissan Fire Team Leader for Alpha.
And what are you doing?
I am currently acting squad lead.
Sam's not showing up?
He ain't here.
Oh.
He just got into the server.
What would you gents will brief? And keep riding on that during the brief.
Copy that.
Yes, Sam would be here in a minute.
I sure hope so.
Left out, close the door. Alright, everyone hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the mission for today, Alpha Company 1st Platoon will leave Hunter Army Airfield, and we're going to conduct a static line airborne drop behind enemy lines. So we're jumping out of a plane for no good reason. 1st Platoon will move from the airborne drop location, and we'll set up a rally point. At that rally point, we're going to conduct some platoon-size formations, just making sure we've got our formations right throughout the entirety of Operation Thin Ice. You know, it was a different environment. The terrain was different. We weren't able to move in those, battlefield platoon formations because they were spread out across, several hundred meters to even kilometers. So now, having a different environment, that's what we're going to focus on. Being able to move through wooded areas and also being able to move across open terrain environments as a platoon and together. So we'll do some formations after the airborne drop, and then what we'll do is we'll be required to move through the enemy area undetected. So from our airborne drop location all the way to the crash radius, we want to remain undetected from the enemy. So in terms of our rules of engagement, it'll be middle-aged male, wooded military fatigues, and armed with a weapon. In terms of engagement, do not fire unless fired upon, and keep formation. So do not break formation and do not fire unless fired upon. Once we reach the crash radius, which you can see at your maps, it will be key to safely locate and extract the aircrew as quick and swiftly as possible from the crash UH-60 Blackhawk. So we'll set up an LZ, we'll get them out, and then we'll continue on with our training exercise. So through the crash radius, we most likely will be engaging in contact, but again, you know, we want to focus on those platoon and squad formations and be able to keep our ranks, keep our formations, and move through, you know, an area undetected. In terms of the intelligence with the aircraft, so intelligence suggests 2 U.S. Army pilots and 1 U.S. Army crew chief have been wounded in the crash. Recent attacks on civilians and the U.S. military in the area have been attributed to the Mojavians militant group, which is essentially, you know, they're wearing wooded fatigues, they're using AK assault rifles, but we will still PID our targets and not break that rules of engagement. Where is he? Stats on Brock, do you have anything?
Yes, sir. All right, if you're still looking at your maps, take a look at DZ Fox, gentlemen. 3 cabs going to fly us in there. We have the drop zone and associated notes already marked on the map. If you check the lines moving northeast from the DZ area, we have blue, that's going to be first squad. They're going to be landing first, proceeding northeast to take S1. Second squad in red will be second out of the bird. They're going to move east-northeast to take S2. Third squad in green is going to move up to take S3. And last but not least, we have fourth squad in yellow moving northeast to take S4. So let me correct that S4 notation there. Gentlemen, it's up to you, squad leads, to determine exactly how you want to enter and start clearing that area. But again, once we touch down on DZ Fox, let's rally on RP1, Hill 49, just northeast of that DZ Fox marker. From there, we'll get set as a platoon and start making our squad pushes northeast.
Now, in terms of point of interest Yankee, if we can confirm through aerial support by using drones that point of interest Yankee is a militant area, then we will go ahead and also conduct a platoon attack on point of interest Yankee. So we'll move south from the crash radius, and then we'll set up there. So we'll have drones as soon as we land up in the air, starting to scout, you know, point of interest Yankee, starting to be able to locate patrols, getting markings on map. That way we can avoid enemy patrols as much as possible. Alright, that's all I've got, first platoon. So what we're going to go ahead and do is break it down to our squad debriefs, or our squad briefs, sorry, my apologies. Off to my right, your left, in the same building that you grabbed your equipment boxes, or grabbed your arsenal loadouts, there is 2 equipment boxes. So you'll put your backpack on your chest, you'll grab a T10 parachute, you'll put that on your back, and then you will walk over to the motor pool, which is just across from here on the right side, your left. And then just stand by the helmets, and then we'll start assigning you numbers, and we'll get into the helmets and so forth. All right, let's do that now. Let's get down.
Come with me to the corridor.
All right, Widowmakers, make sure you line up in the right order when you're at the truck.
I do not have Zeus on. He grabs Zeus.
Had a bit of a bowel emergency there. Sorry.
Get our parachutes.
You need to grab your loadout now, and I need to make some changes to mine. Anyways, I just want to go over 2 things for the squad. So, hey, Nick, you have to lie to me.
What do you mean?
Yeah, it's this one.
Nissan.
Put your backpack on your chest. So how do you
3-1 radio check.
There you go. Specialist Nissan, Specialist Hunter. He's also taking command of your fire team. Until Sam has
Let me try.
hopefully he enters before we have to leave.
Did he say step off?
No,
it's Yori is like.
Yeah, staff sergeant. What time is step off?
Parachute is good. It's yet to be said. Obviously, we're 1500 now. Let's aim for 1550. You should be out the truck no more than.
Corporal, what's Oh, crash is on here.
I just put it in my backpack.
No, you put your backpack on your chest.
Has anybody not jumped out of an airplane?
Okay, so for yourself, person act. Yeah. So
I'll be in the rear.
You're gonna see put backpack on chest. So like pilot how to use that. Turn backpack on chest. Hook up with my old right and grab my parachute.
I'm gonna line up on the wall.
I'm gonna take buddy bag. On my left side is always keen. On my right side is always quad. Also, I think they said like once we said we have to go to the multiple.
Yeah. And wait by the payment.
Unless you have something to tell us.
Scorpions, once you're done grabbing your equipment, go ahead and line up on me.
Wrong net.
Wait, what?
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh man.
Corporal Gary, make sure you go back to channel 1.
No, really? He just got hired as an arrestor.
Radio check 3-1.
Aww.
Lima Charlie 3-1.
I think I don't remember. I think you said it's like
Probably
college or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking at something else.
Rico is ready. Oh, shame.
Yeah, alright, let's
oh well.
Maybe you should talk with him to see if he can take a LOA.
Maybe I should.
Yeah, we'll see.
So as soon as he wants to come back, you can just come back to me.
Line up behind me. And line up by teams as well. So red team, Nico, blue team.
Ooh, that I'm kinda uncomfortable.
So we do a column?
That's Moali, that's one from blue. We're waiting for Langen, Mars.
How about on that side?
Yeah, let's just fucking wait over here.
What's up with Nico?
Alliance, I guess.
What's that?
Well,
Please tell me I'm not the only one seeing this.
Line up on the wall facing me.
What, the backpack glitching?
Yeah, his torso vibrate. Oh, yeah, why? What the hell?
Fires too?
You got too much stuff.
I want to hear like Flanagan on ground, Wilcox on ground, and
just before the cultural field exit here, the aircraft is actually on the northeastern side, so we're not going to be taking the trucks anymore. Saves us a little bit of trip and time. So get forming on the southeastern side exit for as if we were walking towards the ceremony, and then we'll just take a left out and we'll be at the aircraft.
All right, first squad up front, get position.
Much better. Alright, we're back.
whilst they're inside.
Okay, Pablo, I'll get in the co-pilot seat. Tell me if the flaps is working.
Roger, do a flap check.
We bought out the backdeck on. I wouldn't got it on chest.
I got a lot of.
Right, I'm gonna be the first one to do jump,
Half
so I can do
good.
a sweep of everybody who lands after me and unbreak their legs.
All good.
Right?
You see the pilot without
Exactly.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm actually.
Can you pitch up? Pitch up is good. Pitch down. Pitch down, good. Left.
My earplugs are on my backpack. That's on my chest.
Yep.
Shit, so are mine.
Jokes on you. I carry like 3 pairs because there's always a private or two without earplugs.
Does anyone else see Paxton without legs?
Yes, why? What?
I don't know. Leave me alone.
Have you
Yeah,
never
you do
played
not
Star
want that
Fox?
on your front, Major.
I gotta get my earplugs. They were in my backpack.
Lightning.
That might be a little bit of a weird jump.
I guess we've attained the point where we need the Bundeswehr.
Right. Alright, Alpha Company, listen up. We will be doing a airborne jump. I will be your jump master. In a second, I will assign all of you a number. Now the plane has 28 seats, and we are shooting that desert, so we are going to do 2 jumps. I will split you down the middle, depending on your squad, but you can join together with the rest of the squad. Once we are up in the air,
Don't worry about it, Major.
Out the different lights. You do not need to do that.
Okay.
So when we approach the light, only I am the one who's going to call that, and our pilots as well, of course. Other than that, once we reach our green light, you will have an option to static line drop on your scroll wheel. This is a blue action, which is repeated a couple times, so you can't miss it. So once green light is called, I'll start running down the numbers. When you hear your number, you middle mouse click on that static line drop. Any questions? Alright, brilliant. Then I am going to go towards the front of this formation, start giving you numbers. As soon as you are given a number, you're good to board the plane.
Alright, let's get Ear Pro, guys. Ear Pro's in. Start getting Ear Pro just before we get these numbers called out.
Ear Pro,
keep calling it down the line. Call it down the line. Ear Pro.
Ear Pro, call it down.
Keep calling it out. More
Ear Pro.
Alright.
Earplug check.
We all good first time?
Yep.
Okay, first time number 1.
They're in my backpack.
Greg, 2.
They're in my backpack.
3.
Marsh just swapped them. Swap them.
I might have tinnitus. It's okay.
Don't worry, I've got
Can't get more tinnitus if I already got it.
And if you hear a black light, you
part of the
don't
job.
jump.
I don't know what you say.
Lang, 15. Marley, 16. Be with this first group or second group?
Second group, Master Sergeant.
Okay, you guys can hold here then for the second group to wrap, or comes back around. Right.
Copy that.
Solid.
I think it'd be pertinent for me to be the last man just in case the Raven of the Air hit the parachute.
skits, I think you're missing your 203.
All right, hold here.
Yeah, be just fine.
I rarely see Abel use it.
Abel just uses his 5.6 as fine.
Tapping the first stick. That's right.
Yes, sir. I got one man at the arsenal. I'm trying to wrangle him out here before we head out.
Copy.
But yeah, should be good.
Remember, leader, to ask all your soldiers if they are alive after the jump, so we don't leave anyone behind because of a bad jump.
Trust me, I know. There's always somebody that dies or gets stuck in a tree.
Yeah, yeah.
Splat.
Those pesky trees.
The ground out here is soft. We're all good. Don't worry.
It's American soil. It's only soft.
Phoenix has one of the better zones with less trees.
Yeah, we have one of the longest walk.
Yeah.
Don't worry. First
Keep
and
that in
second
mind.
squad, so blaze past the force. It's all good.
Sorry, I didn't think Zdodo was brave enough.
Staff Sergeant, I have a question.
Yep, what you got?
Wouldn't it be prudent for us to move off the airfield for when the C-130 rolls in?
You would think, but being infantry, we're
not that bright.
living dangerously. So, it depends on which taxiway they take. We probably are going to have to haul ass off the tarmac here.
I'm just saying, because we're all walking.
Hey, I'm just following orders, so there's always that.
That C-130 seems awfully
simply
close.
tell them to stop.
That's
And that's it.
Staff Sergeant, that's been proven to not be a viable defense at Nuremberg.
That was a long time ago.
Probably looks like it's coming in kind of close.
Do you think they're going to use the JATO skits?
No.
That would be hilariously funny.
I'm not seeing them on Blue Force Tracker. That's concerning.
I'm sure they all died.
I see them.
You do?
Yeah, I got him.
On the Raven, and you fly me to the AO.
I'm sorry. There's only enough weight bearing for me.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna be like fucking Harry
Here we
Potter
go.
in his broom.
Let's see how these pilots do. A la vie, va vous, vai, hola, hasta la vista.
Very silent airplane. It's like.
Yeah.
That's just how good your air pro is.
Negative,
This
you're on
one,
140.
and oh no,
This is the squad net.
And they didn't blow up.
they were doing a touch and go.
All right, everybody take a step, or take 10 steps laterally. Move right 10 meters to the edge of the tarmac here. Get on the grass.
Right.
5,
6, 7, 8.
Perfect.
Either some of you have a really small penis, or you can't count to 10 for side steps.
Well, I don't want to say
Talk
I'm
is cheap.
Asian, but
Cooper, shut up. You're making us look bad.
wait, when do we look good?
But he's not talking about it.
What?
I said it's a Wii U.
Maybe you, I'm not carrying no big launcher.
Actually, no. It's a Nintendo DS.
Very big one. It's XL.
Oh, you got the Game Boy Advance?
It folds backwards.
Wi-Fi package.
It's a weird one.
Why is everybody like? Why did everybody like snake off of me? Like straight. Shift your left.
Poltrick, that's your right, but good hustle.
Oh, sorry. Shift to your right. Yes, I was fun on the other one.
You can have Wilcox, you know. He'll hug you.
Excuse me?
Are we still shifting?
I got a free boot.
Scorpion Actual, Widowmaker 70, copy?
You can hug the boot.
I'm hugging my mouse.
Yeah, see, it's like a body pillow. It just shoots rockets.
Scorpion 2.
Out on the airbase. Look for the blue HQ marker and get outside the concrete wall from there. We're just on the airbase, on the airstrip.
Don't forget to tell him about the T-10 parachute.
Yep, and make sure you got your T-10 on your back.
Alaikum salam.
That's right. Yeah, on the opposite side of the building from the arsenal, there's a metal equipment box that has the parachutes in them. You got it right.
Make sure he puts his backpack on his chest first.
Yes, sir.
God, I love God.
Oh, God, it's just an awesome God, man.
I don't think he did. He realized, I think. Oh, maybe not.
Ah, shoot up. Yeah, Sergeant Sam, make sure you got your combat backpack on your front, so you can put your T-10 on your back.
Staff Sergeant.
Yep.
Should I raise you for further tasking once we get in the AO?
Yeah, that's a firm. We're going to link up with Lieutenant Lambert on the RP, get further orders from him. But when in doubt, just call me up on the net, and I'll give you, the next set of commands to move you forward.
Solid copy, thanks.
Yep.
Kids?
Yeah, what's up? 3-1.
Here he comes.
Yeah, I've already wrote the entire outboard just in case everyone gets shot in the face.
Wouldn't it be smart if we didn't get shot in the face at least once?
That's a negative. We are northeast of the HQ marker. We are on the airstrip itself. There he goes. All right.
They do have marked helis. If they marked helis, I know I'm going to die because every time I met an armed heli, I died.
Is that a bad guy that missile heading towards my direction? Oh boy, I better meet it and say hello.
There should be a break in the concrete wall on the northeast side of the compound there.
I think I switched line 8 and line 6 on my 9 line. Oh boy.
That would be interesting if that actually happened.
That's what happens when your ROMAD has done this for like 2 days. I've had some interesting experiences. I realized it a little too late. I was like, wait a minute. You what?
You're going to have to go towards Cottrell Field. The exit's down on that end.
Tucci, can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up?
Okay, great.
Why?
Don't worry about it, Tucci. Cesar, I got a question.
What you got?
Why does it look like when I look at the green light to the black light, there is basically nothing but forest?
It's the Army way.
There's nothing but death.
It's not that sparse. I mean, it's not that dense up there. It's pretty sparsely populated in terms of the trees, the foliage. But yeah, that did catch my attention. But I am confident we can make it.
Just don't die.
Oh, I'm sure we'll make it.
You just gotta strafe. Strafe left, strafe right. You'll be fine. As I
Shoot down some trees with my mouse.
land on your balls, you'll be fine. Balls to your feet, that is.
Can I go head first? Like a dive into water?
If you find water,
Snap
sure.
your neck, crack your skull like a fucking melon, but sure, go for it, champ.
Ooh, let's see them land. See how they do. Oh, he's overshooting that for sure. Way too high of airspeed.
Hit the ground like when you hit water like that, it's like cement.
Hope so. Damn, it's really quite plain, isn't it?
It's using some of that stealth technology.
Mm-hmm. It's newly invented.
Pretty sure my
You can
toothbrush
tell
makes
it's not a
more sound with that
KC-130
plane.
because there's not Marines shouting.
And I'm
He's
not
got
even
oil cans on the propeller.
For someone that read the outboard, what was the point of interest, Yankee, again?
Skits.
Yeah, what's up?
I will be right back.
You're leaving now? We're about to board the plane.
I have to go eat.
You have to go
something.
eat? You're gonna be gone for like
Yes.
15 minutes. What the fuck, Orsini?
I'll bring the food up here, goddammit.
Well, you better fucking hustle. Run.
Then move your fucking ass.
Yeah, don't wait for the MRE to heat up. Just grab it on the go, man.
Move your
Get it
cute
cold.
ass.
Hey, Tucci.
Go, boy.
Yeah.
Right in between your cheeks and keep
What's
it
the
warm.
point of interest, Yankee, again?
I think it's like fuck, I don't even know.
I
don't
believe
remember.
if it's we don't find the pilots at the crash radius, then we move to POI Yankee.
They might have brought them there or something.
That's a firm. It's
Roger.
apparently an enemy strong point that has some traffic flowing out of it. So there's got to be something there. We just don't know for sure what.
I'm gonna guess point of interest Yankee is pretty interesting, huh?
Has to be. It's in his name.
Right,
Hey,
huh?
dude.
Am I right?
Just drop a
boys.
couple
Yeah,
500
it's not point of uninterest.
Promote ahead of peers, that guy. Alright, see if they blow this up or if they land it.
You guys ready to see a fireball?
Place your bets, gentlemen. Fireball.
I'll say that.
And who's flying?
where it
Is it
should
Pax?
be.
Speed's a little high. Angle's good.
Oh,
Hey, look at that fucking shit.
It's not Paxton flying, is it?
Nah, I think it's Lieutenant.
Yep, see?
That's impressive. I can't do that.
Well, I can get it up here. I just can't bring it back down.
Exactly. See, I can launch. I can't land.
Well, no, I mean, everyone can bring it back down.
Yeah,
It's
there's-
just a matter if it survives the impact.
The key is to aim for the same spot at the near side of the runway. You actually, if you aim for the same point, you'll actually fly a curve onto that spot. I mean, obviously, you don't want to do too close or too far down the runway, but that's one way of doing it. In the sim anyway.
Yeah, I can nosedive into the once point. That's easy.
45-degree angle down.
45.
Just doing a sneaker dive into my... Frank, what do you see up there?
I can see the barrel of my gun because it literally covers my entire back head.
Hey, if those wings are big enough, should we duck?
No, they're
high up enough.
25 feet in the air.
Oh wow, Skits, that was so urgent. Oh
It's
my
those
God.
4 engines that propel down that kind of hurt. There you go. I'll duck.
Get down, Major. Don't get your head ripped off.
Promotions all around. Yay.
It's one way to move up on the chain of command. You know, take a blade for Major.
Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah, we got just enough room. We're good.
Just enough.
I love it. I love it.
Ow!
Oh, that's
Perfect.
Loose.
That thing is like right on my head.
I'm taking all the exhaust fumes.
Alright, guys, line up at the back here.
All right, all day.
Keep in line. In line.
Same line.
All right, we're doing a U-turn. Follow the leader.
U-turn, gentlemen, U-turn.
Same line. Keep same line.
Column right, march. Column right, march. Forward march. Column right, march.
Major, you jumping as well?
Yep.
Beginning or front?
Well, you're in the rear, so I'll go in the front. I will put myself in between two very specialists right here.
Well, Major.
Don't touch my ass.
Don't worry.
And Cooper, you're gonna enjoy being touched.
Widowmaker 3, Widowmaker 4, your men are ready to board the plane.
Confirm. Widowmaker 3 ready. Widowmaker 4 is ready.
All right, Master Sergeant, we are ready to load.
Weapons out.
Weapons out.
Gentlemen.
Numbers out.
Alright, here we go.
Flanagan, that better be your weapon touching me.
Favor, Major.
Over.
You got your number. Parachute door, right side of the plane. Right. Okay, here we go. Rock, 1, Spitz, 2, Sini, 3, Cooper, 4, Major Flavage, 5, Flanagan, 6, Wilco, 7, Tucci, 8, that's 9, Leon, 10, that's 11, Leon, 12, Patrick, 13.
Pull up on seatbelts.
Corporal, I'm scared. Don't mind landing this next to me, I'm fine.
TACCOMs, TACCOMs.
Oh shit, I am number 9. I can hear you mocking me.
Wow.
Oh boy.
So.
Okay, getting my stream on now. We have an intercom channel.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is your first officer speaking. I'd like to welcome everybody aboard a 3-cab flight. Oh, sorry, Air France. Air 3-cab, please.
Where's the cute stewardess?
That's you.
Give me my drinks. Break, get your maid outfit.
Anyway, unfortunately, we are not landing at our location. You will have to exit the vehicle mid-flight due to budget costs.
And please keep your mask on.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy your flight. If you see a Karen, please kick them out prematurely. Thank you.
Yep.
guys got a manager on this flight?
Who's the flight attendant? Flight attendants, seats for takeoff, seats for takeoff.
Have your tables up?
Remember to attend your flight mode on.
Is it a bad thing I
follow
can
short
smell
complaint
the,
on myself.
the kerosene from here? What?
Sorry, I can't hear you at all.
That comes in crew for now. Or cargo. Crew can speak over.
This is not going to be a static line drop, right? Or
This is a static line drop.
Oh, beautiful. Good. Just making sure.
Safer mic.
This channel clears in cargo channels.
Stay in cargo.
Oh shit, we're moving fast.
That should give you the horizon, or where it should be if your instruments fail.
Alright.
Again,
Marty,
also
in
on
this
the ground.
bitch.
Tell me your name and that you're on the ground.
Moving on to waypoint 3.
Oh, I
Good
got
copy.
300 meters. Bed. Boom. Swing back.
May your fall not encounter any trees.
Yeah.
Get over a pilot, he's singing Danger Zone.
I think that's a sign I'm gonna get a tree in my ass.
3 trees for everyone.
Fuck trees.
This is your first
I don't need no
You're
oxygen.
currently cruising at around 1,500 meters, 500 kilometers an hour. We will be slowing down before we kick you out, but yeah, please sit well back, relax, and enjoy the flight.
Hot towel? I was promised a hot towel in first class.
Does the flight have a toilet?
We have a bucket.
Yes, we can open the round.
We have a bag.
I can open the bag.
Be amazing, I need to shit.
Cracking.
Be quiet back there.
Yes, for sure.
Damn, I should have had the rugged pen. 7 clicks.
Master sir.
First class. That's on. 6 clicks. 5. Here we go, we spot a turn. 3 clicks from red light.
Three 0 seconds, 30 seconds.
30 seconds! Hook up! Equipment check!
Alright, way to make her block it up.
Back home, knock it up. Red light.
Red light. Red light.
Red light.
Yellow light.
Yellow light.
Yellow light. Green light.
Green light. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Airborne!
6.
All call signs on this net. Be advised, we are now moving to RP2 as secondary RP. RP1 has been compromised. Over.
Widowmaker 3 copies. Oh.
2 copies. Also, eyes on friendlies northwest dropping. Out.
Widowmaker 4, this is 7. Once you touch down, route with your men and find a path north up to RP2.
Widowmaker 4 copies.
Away from the tree. Away from the tree. Away from the tree.
Widowmaker 2, go ahead and pull security from the west and north. That will be your sector. Over.
Back shoot.
2 copies. 1 mic out from RP2. Shall pull security in the previous sector. Over.
Widowmaker 1, go ahead and pull security on RP2 east to
I'm
south.
With the
Over.
Major right now. So we're going to be further to your north, I believe. Hey, Ferb.
I thought I put my backpack down, or my kit down. Somebody already had one on the ground.
Never know. I have eyes on someone to my direct south in some trees. I don't know if that's you, Cooper, or Skit. Let's see if people go.
We had to head northeast here. North RP2.
Hey, from
What's going on?
Hey. Moving northeast, RP2.
Where's the corporal at?
Wedge on me, we're gonna move towards RP2.
Hey, Firm.
Copy that.
Doing a heavy left.
Major, if you want, you can stay we're inside the wedge so you won't get shot.
Okay, I like this idea.
Alright, I'll take a bullet.
Widowmakers. War Eagle 7, this is Widowmaker 6.
7-4, War Eagle 7, over.
War Eagle 7, be advised, RP1 is being compromised. We're engaged by 2 vehicles and some EI.
6,
so
this
let's
is
move to
Fox.
RP1.
Be advised, I landed at the edge of green light next to black. I'm going to be taking a moment to get to y'all. Over.
Good copy, Fox. We're just pulling security and then we'll start working on these formations.
Roger, out.
Widowmaker 7, this is Widowmaker 6. Do you copy?
7 for 7, over. Widowmaker 6, this is Widowmaker 7, over.
Could you repeat where
Widowmaker 7, stand by.
hospitals again? Affirm.
Seven, this is Fox. Interrogative. Are all soldiers accounted for the drop? Over.
Affirm, got eyes on.
Wait, one. Widowmaker 3, Widowmaker 4, do you have all your men, and are you both moving towards the RP2? Over.
Widowmaker 3, all accounted for. We are moving to Rally Point 2, located north of Rally Point 1.
Widowmaker 4 is all accounted for, moving towards RP2.
Good copy, all.
War Eagle 6 to 7, I'm accounted for.
Roger. Over.
Widowmaker 7, this is Widowmaker 6. As soon as the second static line
Christmas tree should be down by now. It's the third.
move out security and then start these formations off to the south.
See, that's a Norwegian Fraser, is what that is.
7 copies all. We're moving up on the DZ marker itself. We're going to be at RP2 in a few mics over.
The blood of my ancestors calls.
I could hear Odin calling my name.
Bagare för en har alltid. Currently can't see it, so it should be, yeah, it's like maybe a quarter down, I believe. I believe it's about a quarter down, so I got like about 75 left or something.
Same here.
Do we lose stamina from jogging?
No.
No. Yeah, no, so I should have told by now. Yeah, I think I it's just really hard to see.
Widowmaker 7, this is Widowmaker 6. We got a pretty good area to the south from RP2 where we can do some formations.
7 copies. I've got 3 with me here, and we are moving up your location. Over.
Widowmaker 4 has arrived.
Widowmaker 4, thank you for acknowledging your arrival to me. Just pull security. I'll get you pulling security from the south at this time. Over.
Widowmaker 4 copies.
The woods is speaking to me.
063 copy.
Good copy, 063. I got trenches toward front, looks like it's for rear setup.
6, this is Fox. I'm coming up on from the west on y'all's position. Over.
Just 40 meters.
Good gap.
Challenge and pass.
Come up. We're just pulling security until we get the rest of the soldiers in. We're going to start working some platoon formations.
Roger. Out.
Yeah, solid copy. Probably get to know when we get there.
I don't know. I'll go with Flash Thunder.
Rock.
Widowmaker 6, Widowmaker 7, over.
Marn.
Widowmaker 7, 6, send it over.
This is 7. We're moving on to your position from the southwest. We are approximately 200 meters out.
Alrighty, Alright, we're gonna go east then. Alright, we're gonna cover the north. I need a medic.
Look at those dudes. They take one mortar, they're all dead.
No, because we're split into 3 trenches, so one mortar, only one person died.
Gonna guess.
Where?
Yeah, spread out.
No,
Spread those chicks.
Look at this handsome man. He's the new squad leader.
What's wrong with you, Klein?
My legs.
All call signs. Let's move 100 meters out the street line just to the south.
They got shot at already.
Staff Sergeant Brock, if you want to remain where you are,
Hey, Major,
we'll
how
move
you
to your
doing?
position.
Hey, Stan.
7 copies, we're holding.
3 copies holding.
All
2
call
copies,
signs,
over.
move south. Over. We're going to start prepping on these formations. 7, hold where you are.
Six two message over.
Go back 2, send it for 6, over.
Can you please ask training coordinator to take airborne shot of trench line? Over.
Widowmaker 2, say again, over.
10 minutes.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Since,
If
I don't know.
we could bring
That's what we want us
Ghostopia
to.
back.
Alrighty, 2.
Aerial drones on the way, take a beautiful picture, over.
All call signs, circle on me, over.
Is 110 getting some action now? Yeah, it's a fuck fist, dude. That's too bad. Just let them know that Bravo fire can be alive and well. We are here to pull triggers.
All call signs, bring it in. Move 100 meters from RP2 south. Over.
Scorpion actual, Widowmaker 7, over. Or Widowmaker 1, Widowmaker 7, over.
This is Widowmaker 1.
What's your location, 1?
I am basically at 041, break 161.
Roger that. Collapse 100 meters to your southwest. Gather around LT. He's going to brief us on movements.
Alright, copy on that.
That's why he's not showing up on C-tab. Staff Sergeant Brock still on in Scorpion actual slot.
Yep. Yeah, can you join me? Touch my butt.
Oh no.
Since you asked. Thanks, sir. Whoever made that comment, you can get on that later.
So kindly.
Yeah, it stuck this time.
No, it's
I'm gonna file sexual harassment. Alright, while we're waiting for the other squad to come in, Staff Sergeant, if you just want to cover some formations. So just we'll just start with a little bit of a chat. So basic platoon formations. Well, let me ask you, who knows what some basic platoon formations might be? You know, for example, a platoon wedge.
Widowmaker 7, this is Widowmaker 1, come in.
Anyone? No one knows?
1, this is Fox, hold position, I'm going to come fetch you, over.
What you got?
Alright, copy.
I think it's a wedge formation front with the command in the center and a wedge in the back.
Yeah. So we can have a wedge formation. That's one of them that we can do at a platoon level. What else can we do? Go ahead, Greg.
Cheat sheet here. Any squad formation can be done on a platoon level. Just instead of fire teams, you do it as squads, and the spacing between squads is 75 to 125 meters.
Yes, that is correct. Spot on. So,
sort of asking you guys a trick question there. All our formations are just a lot larger, and they may slightly appear different, you know, from fire team to squad to platoon.
Who doesn't have their gun out?
All right, we got a couple guys coming in here.
Get your rifle out.
I was getting into
All right,
the
gentlemen,
group,
gather around, listen up.
Okay, we got everyone now?
I'm dying.
All right. So in terms of our formations, we should be able to sort of spread out and all see each other here. Staff Sergeant Brock, if you just want to discuss some of the pros and cons of platoon formations that we can do. So in terms of, you know, it could be our column formations, our wedge formations, and so forth.
Yes, sir. All right, gentlemen. So essentially, there are three formations that we would use as a platoon primarily. As Staff Sergeant Griggs said, there are a number of various formations beyond that, and really, you can take any fire team or squad formation and scale it up to the platoon level. However, the most common that we're going to use both in training and in combat is a platoon column. Essentially, you're going to have one squad at the front of the column. You're going to have the command element, LT, in the center, and you're going to have at least one other squad in the trail. So just like you would have a squad column of 2 fire teams, you can have a platoon column of 2 to 4 squads. So with that, it's really an all-around kind of general purpose formation. Spacing and security is good. It's distributed well. If you spread intervals out to 20 meters plus, you're relatively well protected against IDF and direct fires. And, you know, it's great for just about any use except when you're getting directly shot at. In that case, you would need to do some bounding. All right, so that's the squad column. Again, just like a fire team wedge, it's kind of the general all-around, all-purpose formation. Now, we can also have the squad line. That's generally used, a platoon line in which we would have one squad lined up next to another squad and on down the ranks. So basically, you're directing all of your firepower towards the front of the formation. This is great when you're cresting a hill or a ridge top, or if you're setting up a support by fire position as a platoon. And then, of course, a squad file. I won't use the word column, but basically it's a one-man file where you have one man following the soldier in front of him, and so on down the line. You can have an entire platoon of 50 or more soldiers in a single line as a squad file. So again, squad file, it can be pretty fast, but you basically only have 2 men who can cover the front and rear security. Everyone else is going to be able only to direct their firepower to the flanks. So this is used in limited visibility, such as darkness, bad weather, very dense terrain and vegetation, etc. So again, each has their strengths and weaknesses, but generally speaking, the platoon column is the one where you need to cover a lot of ground quickly without letting your guard down. Great all-around 360 security is possible through that.
Just to quickly tag on there with our column, our staggered column, you know, this is mostly used for moving through streets or a certain area. And as Brock mentioned, you know, excellent flank security, but then there's poor frontal security. You know, we're just all pretty much a straight line on 2 sides of the road. So what we're going to get set up first here is a platoon wedge. And then what we're going to do is, from that platoon wedge, we're going to break that down into a column. Now, who can tell me why we would break formation down into a column, especially in this environment?
Yes, Wilcox.
Go ahead, Wilcox.
This area is very wooded and has a lot of trees, so therefore you would be able to have larger, more surface area formations.
Yeah, pretty much straightforward. So, you know, it's easy to maintain. You can follow the guy in front of you, especially if it's dark in these areas. It's pretty hard to see. So it provides some flank security, but intentional purpose is so you can follow the guy in front of you, you don't get lost in these wooded environments, and so forth. Alright, let's go ahead and organize a platoon wedge. That's our Brock. We'll get, I'll draw it up here and then we'll get the squads to fall in.
BTS Greg on 1 point out here.
Go ahead.
Since platoon formations are oversized squad formations, most battle drills you have trained in the squad level can be executed on a platoon level. Keep that in mind.
Was just explained.
Say firm. That's a matter of scalability.
You're on whisper, but
Go ahead. It's pretty hard to hear you, but go ahead.
I've had a schedule conflict, so may I leave?
Yeah, if you do have to pop one out, then go ahead and pop one out. Alright, gents, we're going to break it down. It's on the map. So if you open up your map, that's what we're going to pull pretty much right here, just in sort of this area, off to my south. That way we can all sort of see each other in this terrain. We're just going to do about 20 to 30 meters apart in terms of the platoon. If we do spread out further, we're not going to be able to see each other and get a good look. So open up your maps, you'll see that, and I've assigned each squad number. So let's go ahead and pull into that formation, and then we'll start moving towards RP1, and then we'll start to break down formations, and then see how we go from there. Moving towards our objective as well.
Alright, Spartans on me.
Alright, gentlemen, you heard him. Located
Squad leads know what to do.
Get ready to move to RP1. Get formation.
Let's move bearing 160.
About the front of one, so your alpha point man's gonna go here. Where I'm seeing him. Gonna go a little bit back. Move the alpha point man. Team wedges off on you. Bravo will take up the rear here behind Sam. You're gonna be up there. You're with they're over here. Nissan.
On this NAT squad leads, let me know once you got your squad column set. Over.
Which side heavy they are?
Widowmaker 3, ready to go.
They should be strong side left, so I need you strong side right.
2 is ready to go. Over.
1 is getting our guys ready.
Hey, I'll spread something of yours.
No, don't make me.
Wanna know what the best one is?
Yeah, I'm gonna get. I don't want to run into farther. I don't want to run into 3-2.
Oh, Widowmaker 2 is ready.
Was that your point in the formation?
Say again?
You're supposed to stand like right there. I need someone to
Widowmaker 2 is Widowmaker 1 is ready.
7 copies 1.
All call signs. Advise your squads. We're gonna start moving at a slow pace jog. Once we get up to the tree line, then we're gonna break down into a column. Okay?
3 copies. Cooper, what we're gonna do is we're going to go into we're gonna stay in formation as we are, and then we're going to break it down once we get into the tree line. Not really. Wedge, I believe.
Once we get to the trees, we're gonna break to column.
Alright, squad leads, since we're all spread out so far here, not everyone's going to hear me, just explain to your guys right now to sort of take a look around just so they can get a sort of picture of an idea or look at their maps of what a platoon-sized wedge looks like. That way we can visually see it on the battlefield.
Platoon size. I mean, look behind you. That way you can see sort of the distance. This is roughly, 15 meters between
For those
squads.
watching,
Generally,
I'm
would have
sorry if it's not the
distance.
most entertaining.
Same thing that I'm
This
telling
is
you guys
just
right
a FTX. So they're focusing mainly on training.
All call signs on this net. Let's start moving south, slow pace jog, and once we get up to the tree line, we're going to break it down and then halt at RP1. Over.
3 copies.
Alright, we're going to move in a slow
1 copies.
4 copies.
2 copies, over.
Widowmaker 1, go ahead and step off when ready, over.
What the hell are you doing over there?
Widowmaker 1 is stepping off.
Moving.
Alright, 2-3, get ready.
What are you doing, Skamar? You're supposed to be like somewhere in there?
I shouldn't.
You won't whisper. Oh, well, you should belong.
Okay, so you can see how second squad is kind of filing in behind. You'd want them out a little bit over here. Everybody's like funneling in.
Widowmaker 1 is almost to RP1.
Widowmaker 3 at RP1.
Widowmaker 1 is holding at RP1.
Alright, Widowmakers, start collapsing into that squad column. 1, you're going to lead us out. 2 following behind. 3 and 4 after.
Pretty much are already, but
3 copies. 1 copy.
You got 4th, is this way over here? Nope, 3rd. Got weapons, the only one that's actually pushed out further.
4 copies.
All call signs, bring it in on RP1, over.
You're still on 1 post. Copy. Tell me when we change. Copy, will do.
Train at it at a squad level, work on it at a squad level. Moving through, wooded and dense terrain is different from, the last 12 months that we spent in Iraq. Okay, that actually looked amazing from God's view. So the advantages, just to recap, good security. With a platoon wedge. provides for immediate balanced fire in any direction. It's easily adaptable. It allows for good spacing. You saw that we moved into the tree line about 50 to 100 meters, and we're able to break that down with 10 to 20 meter spacing between each soldier. Disadvantages, it takes up a lot of space. So as you could see, as you were moving around there, you pretty much had that whole field taken up with soldiers. It's not so easy to turn and maneuver those formations. Usually once you're set, on a path, you want to keep going. Once you start to alter, or if you, do a hard right or something, the formation will most likely break. And you're going to have to set it back up to keep moving. So obviously it's good for assaulting a position, movement when the enemy position is unknown, especially with this terrain. It is very hard to see with a lot of trees and dense areas. But then breaking down into our column there, well, that obviously provides, as an advantage, flank security, right? We've got guys at the front, guys at the rear. It's easy to maintain. You just follow the guy in front of you. It's good for this sort of terrain that we're experiencing right now. However, that frontal security and the vulnerability is not the best, from the sides and so forth. Does anyone have any questions at the moment? All right. Who can tell me, did we just perform a heavy left or a heavy right?
PTS.
Go ahead. Who said PTS? I heard two people. Who said it first? Was it Kiri?
Wilcox and Kiri.
Well, all right. Wilcox, you answered the question before, so here we go.
We performed a heavy right.
Yeah, that's correct. And second question here, who can tell me why is a heavy right? Why isn't it a heavy left? Don't we have most of the guys on the left side?
PTS, Jake Eric.
Someone else?
PTS Poltrak.
Was that Poltrak? Go ahead. Speak up.
Yeah, it's a heavy right because we have the weapon squad on the right side.
Yep. So, as you guys know, our third squad is our weapon squad positioned on the right side of that formation. It makes our formation a heavy right. So when you do it at the squad level, or even a fire team level, you've got your machine gunner usually on the heavy side. All right. Is there any other questions? Okay. South Side and Brock, let's start moving out our guys to our crash radius to start the search this crash radius.
Roger that. All right, gentlemen, because we are rallying here at RP1, I had to delete some markers, so let me redraw those. Again, we have S1, S2, S3, and S4 marked. These are the sectors assigned to your squad. So at this point, for the sake of expediency and with your field experience, I want each squad leader to go ahead and plot your course to your sector. Your avenue of advance and method of attacking that point is at your discretion. Obviously, if you have any concerns or need further guidance or commands, simply call me on the net.
Yeah, let's remember, guys, let's try and locate these pilots in that crash radius as possible. You each got a slice of the pie there. Try not to engage any enemy patrols. Otherwise, we're going to have our whole area, pretty much enemy patrols moving in on us. It's going to be hard to get those pilots and crew out of that area. So try to remain undetected as possible. If you do start to spot enemy, try and change your course, try and change your path. That way you do avoid them to locate those pilots. And pay attention to what you see on the ground around the aircraft. It's a little tip for you. All right, squad leads, take charge. Start to roll out.
All right, let's go. On me.
Scorpions with the west.
To the west. 360 going. I'm going to talk to squad lead for a sec.
Follow Sam.
Oh, no one follow me. On me. Let's go.
Go southeast 25.
Hey, Skid.
Yeah, what's up?
You want to quickly hold and we're gonna make
I made a rough line. Can you see the line on the map?
Yeah, but I mean,
I already planned your route, homeboy. We got Romeo to Sierra to Tango to ORP,
What we're
and
gonna do
then
is
I
we're gonna
marked
get
out our
there
3
first, then we're
structures.
gonna coordinate with command, and they will let us know what path is best.
I feel like we're in land nap all over again.
Then we will bound.
How far until
by 100 meters.
how long until we just step off?
Get to this section. Away, man. Or should I?
The squad leads are going to roll as soon as they're good.
LT, I can barely hear you. Yeah, I can.
Hey, Top.
No, you're gonna put your map tools down, and then you're gonna line up the ruler, and if you'll down control and left click, you'll do it between the points.
My start.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see my message on WhatsApp?
Yeah, we get shot at.
I'll be heading out in about 15. So.
Oh yeah, affirm. Oh good.
Okay.
Yeah, if you get sighted in that LDA, you're gonna get fucking
Do you
gunned
see me as your buddy now as well, or is it only one way?
Now what's the difference? Because I see like the little man symbol next to you.
Yeah, the little man symbol symbolizes that I'm your buddy.
Oh, buddy battle system. Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, right?
Yeah. So I think I accidentally, you had it before, and I think I unassigned it, because then I see unassigned buddy HUD.
Oh.
I didn't mean to unbuddy you. Once I'm done streaming here, you guys can take this video, because I got it on our YouTube for under FTX. You guys can see the sky view if you didn't have it up already, for like you or the LT or Brock on how, you know, what to improve, because we did pretty well, but then it collapsed a little too soon, and you'll see that in the video.
That'd be good to see, yeah.
Because I was in Zeus above with, you know, you could see everything, who was collapsing and what squad and whatnot. But overall, pretty solid so far. So.
Yeah, alt or left click on the map tool, so you can adjust the map tool.
I do like the.
Widowmaker 3, this is Widowmaker 7. Who are you calling over?
I do like the format that you guys got with you know, the one on, or the hand, you know, basically by the numbers training, and then putting that into our the fun part.
Tree 1 when you reach the edge of your sector and preparing to breach.
Turn off the volume.
Solid copy on left.
Yeah, they're a little loud.
Widowmaker 3 out.
Yeah, so we're trying to do with the FTX is like a little bit of theory and then put that into practice.
Correct, yeah. Not hound too much on that, because you'll lose a couple people from boredom. But that's the Army.
No, if you're good to go, let's move.
Alright, be right back. Hitting the latrine.
Squad leads, if you were good to go, let's get moving. Clock's ticking.
Good copy. Am I copying adds possible mortar? Over.
Yep.
Do you see the shadow of
I got you from RP1 to row.
No, I do not.
Okay.
Alright, go ahead. There is like a ghost invisible walking around here.
Which sector?
I see my own shadow.
Do you want
You calling
staff
me a
to
ghost?
lead the fucking Bravo?
Hey Fox, which sector are you tracking this target from?
I'm just supposed to be somewhere in the formation.
Alright, let's do that. Line up. Go ahead and form up, guys. Go ahead behind.
I'm supposed to follow us right here, so.
Alright.
It's still here for me. I think it's dead now, though. I think we walked into it too much.
Airborne.
Yeah, it's not moving.
Either way, Roger.
Scanning, not tracking.
Oh, it's pretty far out from where we are.
Copy that. All right. Roger that.
Click out, yeah, you're not gonna be able to see them.
Got it. All right. All right, Widowmakers, this is 7. Be advised, there are small 2 and potentially 4-man patrols in the AO. Keep your eyes open.
3 copies all.
Alright.
1 copy. 4 copies.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna instruct them to
2
just
copies.
keep it to,
Over.
like half an hour max.
1 copy.
Yeah, it's, you don't want it too long, but
I've sent you a screenshot, Master Sergeant. Do you see that? In Discord? Oh, there's a real wall.
Alright, we got fucking audio contact northeast close.
Alright,
Satan is with us.
Within 2 minutes of engaging, there's no way reinforcements should fucking find us.
Oscar Mike.
The heck is exploding?
no.
Oh no, you're not. I made CPR to you, but I'm giving CPR to the goat, okay? Wait, what? Oh, okay.
Stop joking around, guys. Come on.
You want to make a 6 MS.
I can't even do that. I mean, it's the local populace. I'm gonna save that. Oh my god.
Good, Gabriel.
What? Are you saying code lives don't matter?
No. I prefer land myself.
See? Fuck, mister.
Without codes, there's no cadet.
Okay. Who cares about your back?
Actually, that's probably right.
Gotta separate the sheep from the goats.
No, see, now you're being racist, right?
That's ugly. Yeah, as long as I'm not in it, that's all good. Alright, so what the hell was that fucking exposure that said explosions to the northeast? Yeah.
Okay, Brock.
Yep.
I have visual on both pilots.
No shit.
Yep.
Alright, what's the bearing?
They've not been snagged by the enemy, but they're both wounded. We need to hustle if we're going to get to them.
Alright, give me a fucking coordinate.
Stand by.
Can you get a 6-digit at least?
Oh yeah.
Widowmaker elements, be advised, drone has spotted at least 2 of the downed pilots. Stand by.
Grid reference 1 is as follows.
Stand by.
0, 7, 1, 1, break.
Yep.
1, 6, 3, 6.
Alright, stand by for readback. I have grid coordinate 0, 7, 1, 1, break, 1, 6, 3, 6. How copy?
Roger. That's a good readback. If you look at the marked on map, additionally, I have the following coordinate for the second pilot. He's on top of a hill, on his back. I can see for a fact he's alive because his head's moving, but he's in pain and wounded.
Alright, go ahead, stand by.
Grid reference is as follows. 0, 7, 2, 1, break. 1, 6, tree, 5.
That was executed pretty quickly.
Stand by for readback. I have grid
Currently
reference
moving
0,
towards
7,
084.
break, 1, 6, 3, 5. How copy?
Roger, that's approximate.
Good copy. Alright.
Both of those are within 10 meters accurate. I might be off by 1 or 2, but...
Hey, for the ground pounders, I'm sure that's good. Sir, Widowmaker Fox has eyes on 2 of the pilots that we're looking for. I have grid coordinates. It looks like our men are getting up on the sector, so I'm prepared to call out to them depending on how much
1-7,
further
we
you
are
move.
azimuth is around 076, moving towards the east toward our point.
7 copies.
Eagle, this is Fox. Interrogate.
7-2, message over.
2 sent for 7, over.
Encounter 2-man patrol are out. Sync shot took him down, moving past. Over.
That's a good copy.
Roger. Interrogative, can you list off your armaments at this time? Over.
Okay.
Выдвигаюсь на позицию.
7-3 message.
7 for 7, over.
3 has come into contact with an enemy patrol. Our ROE states that we have only fired upon. Avoid all contact if possible. Is that correct?
That's a firm. If you can lay low and let them pass, do it. Don't stir up more trouble than we need.
Solid copy. Yep, Cooper, we're gonna hold here. Let them
Wrong
pass.
net,
Wrong net.
All platoon elements advised, let's start moving east into or towards sector 2. We're gonna hold probably several hundred meters before sector 2. Over. Widowmaker 1 copies. Widowmaker, be advised that message is for Widowmaker Fox, Doc, and 7, over.
Ясно. Приступаем.
Widowmaker 4 is in heavy contact.
Hit engage target, I'm taking care of full right.
Seven two message over.
7 for 7, over.
7, be advised, we are... Wait one.
Widowmaker 6, this is Box. Be advised, there's a GAZ to the south of Ghost position. Eagle has eyes on. How do you want to proceed? Over.
Foxtrot, scratch, vehicle disabled. Please don't danger close us. Over.
Widowmaker Fox, can you provide a exact grid reference of that vehicle approaching Widowmaker 1? Over.
Ghost will consider it out.
It's here, it seems it's dead.
Alright. Well, I'm cutting it a little short today. Usually our FTXs go on for another hour, hour and a half. But that's all I have time for today. I gotta get off. Appreciate everybody that came and watched, and make it a good week. I'll see you hopefully later this week.